Yo, what's up, homies? This video is all about the Mr. Whale on the tweeters. He's had a very interesting article, 5 undeniable reasons why Bitcoin won't blank. We'll get into that later in the video. I want to welcome on a new partner for this channel, guys, Nora. Let's pop that up real quick. You guys may not have heard of Nora, but guys, it's a high quality competitor with CoinMarketCap, so definitely check that out. And of course, guys, want to welcome our weekly sponsor from our weekly little ad here from iTrustCaptial. Let's get that bad boy going, and then we'll get right into it. Yo, what's up, homies? I want to introduce you to the newest sponsor of the channel, iTrustCaptial. If you're not aware of what iTrustCaptial is, they allow their clients to invest in crypto through an individual retirement account, or aka IRA. Guys, if you're not aware, IRAs are a tax-sheltered account, which means all of your crypto trading is tax-free. Yes, Becky, you heard that right, tax-free, and it can even grow tax-free over time. The process to sign up is super simple. You hit login, no, you hit sign in, you go over here, you create an account, all that juicy stuff, leads you right into the funding, put all your information and you're done. Bam, bam, thank you, ma'am. You can, of course, with an IRA, if you're under 50, deposit $6,000 max a year. So you can take advantage of that cap right there. Just want to point out real quick, guys, they have no hidden fees. There's no monthly fee. Crypto fees are 1%. You can also get your gold and silver if you're into that. And guys, custody, it's custody by Coinbase Custody. They have institutional storage, so your crypto is protected. And they also have a boatload of altcoins, guys, 25 different assets across the board. They just recently listed Axie Infinity and more to come. So definitely consider hitting up the link down below. If you open an account with my link down there and fund it, you will get a $100 funding bonus added to your account. So click that link to learn more. Alrighty, guys, let's dive right into this. This Mr. Whale guy on the tweeters. Not sure if you guys have seen him before. He's on the tweeters, very well known for his most bearish tweets, all that great stuff. He does have a lot of followers there. He's very well known for all his basically on the opposite side of Moonboy is his tweets. So going over here, guys, to the good old 5 undeniable reasons why Bitcoin will never work. His number one reason is that Bitcoin cannot scale. Of course, he brings up a good point of saying that, Bitcoin processes less than 4.6 transactions per second compared to Visa, which does around 1,700 plus transactions per second on average. Obviously, that's a big deal. Visa's used a lot. So, of course, obviously 4.6 compared to 1,700, obviously an issue. So, and then also bring up the fees are pretty high. As you see the price in Bitcoin go up, the fees are a lot higher. And we've seen the same thing in 2017/2018, and then, more recently throughout 2021. Keep in mind, though, guys, the narrative has changed from back before 2017. It was like, Bitcoin's going to be a currency. We're going to use it as like the US dollar. But now it's changed to a store of value, mainly kind of because of this. It's impossible to have all these transactions per second compared to, and then plus the fees on top of that. It's impossible. It will not happen. And of course, the caveat is Lightning Network. They've been working on this. I heard about it as soon as I got into crypto back in 2017. They've been working on it then. So still not working. Of course, as he says, Bitcoin's mythical response to scaling faces many unknowns before it can be implemented on a large scale. More testing is necessary before it can foreseeably address some of the Bitcoin's shortcomings. Of course, it's still in the infancy. We're still waiting to see if this will happen. Maybe it will. Maybe it will. We'll see what's going on there. And another stat he has right here says Bitcoin can only handle around 600,000 transactions per day, but credit cards alone is estimated there are over 1.5 billion transactions per day. Well, that's obviously an issue. So hopefully Bitcoin can get its act together. Let's go down here to number 2, the Tether scandal, the whole conspiracy around that. Tether is behind Bitcoin's price action. He says over the past several years, the crypto markets have grown significantly. Most of the world has attributed this rise in price as a consequence of excess money printing and growing fears of inflation in the traditional financial markets. Of course, guys, Bitcoin is now known as the inflation hedge. That's what it's known as. But the thing is, though, they keep printing more Tether, which then can buy more Bitcoin, which then they can, collateralize it and then print more Tether and then buy more Bitcoin. And then, just the whole circle right there. Obviously, that's an issue. Says while those things may have played a small role, the main contributor to the bull market has been a mysterious Chinese stablecoin known as Tether. Tether has been riddled with controversy for years. Yeah, as the company continues to spread misinformation, fires auditors, and refuses to provide any real transparency regarding its backings. Yes, guys, we know it's not backed with the US dollar. They have some kind of Chinese real estate paper. Yeah, I know. It's not good if you ask me. But he says, Tether prints Tether to buy Bitcoin, BTC USD price skyrockets. There's an arbitrage opportunity. Price increases, brings in more dumb money. BTC continues to skyrocket, and then Tether sells BTC for USD or arbitrage bots. And it's just one big circle here, guys. So more of the story is a whole conspiracy that Tether is actually manipulating the entire price and continues to pump it. And then, of course, people come in FOMO. And then on top of it, one could argue the whole supply and demand of Bitcoin, there's only so many out there. And when they keep buying some up, then, of course, it's just going to keep putting the price up. So it's pretty cool. But yeah, basically just saying the market is fueled by Tether. Many Tether defenders claim that even if Tether disappeared, other stable coins will quickly take its place. And that the markets wouldn't drop at all. They say Tether has zero impact on the market and is just a nothing burger. A nothing burger. Yeah, that's what they say here, guys. Right here it says Binance largest crypto exchange, which is founded by Chinese scam artist CZ. He's called CZ a scam artist. We got the BUSD with Tron. Yeah, I know Justin Sun. He has some interesting stuff right there. Pumping things in. He's calling the Tether fake money. So interesting. I do understand there's a lot of conspiracies around that. He says 3, concentration of power. He says something Bitcoin maxis love to leave out when shilling their decentralized S-coin is how, he calls it an S-coin, is how 78% of all BTC mining is controlled by 8 shady Chinese companies. According to the data he has here, guys, it's controlled by 8 shady Chinese companies. If this is actually truly accurate, even after the whole issue, we're trying to boot a lot of stuff out of China, which I wouldn't be surprised if the CCP, still controls a lot of the mining. Obviously, that's very bearish. If this information right here is true, because sometimes I do see the Mr. Whale guy. He puts more on the bearish side of things. He look clearly just on that side. So just watch out for that. I don't know for sure if that's actually accurate, but of course, nonetheless, if that is true, that's not good. Not good at all. Scrolling down here, he says 97% of Bitcoin are held by top 4%. The thing is, though, that is true. There's a lot of people own. There's a small people that own a large percentage. So yeah, it's not good. No real utility. Says for something to have value, it needs utility. Bitcoin has been around for over 13 years. That no one can provide a complete answer on what it actually used for. We know it isn't a store of value because store of values don't take 40% of the day. One could argue over the decade it's a store of value. But of course, that's how the maxis will argue it. We know it is an inflation hedge as its price has crumbled under the largest inflation growth in history. We know it isn't a payment method as a transaction times takes hours and fees are outrageous. I mean, all true. So what is it Bitcoin actually used for? The answer is simple: gambling. Everyone reading this, including those who support Bitcoin, must admit that the only reason they bought is because they bought is that they want to make more fiat gains. No one is in it for the technology. Yeah, I mean, guys, let's be real. People say, I'm in it for tech. Yeah, right. You're just lying. They're only here to speculate and make money. Of course, that's what they're here. I would argue, though, over the next decade or two, I think Bitcoin will do extremely well, in my humble opinion. But that's just my personal opinion. You need to make your own opinion about that. Scrolling down his environmental issues, guys, I think this environmental issues is a bunch of BS. I think this right here is just straight FUD, in my humble opinion. Of course, like I said, you got to make your own humble opinion and go from there. He just says, one of the largest issues with Bitcoin is its proof of work network, which is the reason why Bitcoin mining consumes so much energy. While energy consumption is common amongst most industries, Bitcoin is an outlier because as I mentioned earlier, it provides no purpose and no utility. No one is using Bitcoin for day-to-day transactions, not even citizens in El Salvador, the tiny country that has made Bitcoin legal tender. People prefer instant and faster payment methods such as credit cards, and why would you want to sell something when you know it's going to go up eventually over time? But of course, showing the whole Bitcoin energy consumption. I mean, but you're probably not going to talk about the good old energy consumption making fiat dollars, or what restaurants use, or anything like that. So I think it is pretty cool. I think it's cool that he puts this out here so people can at least see the other side, because people seem to be so overly bullish. So I disagree with a few points. I do agree with some few points. What points do you agree? What points do you guys disagree? Let me know your thoughts down below. And just a quick thing here, guys. iTrustCaptial did just drop their minimum, the amount that you have to open an account with, which is now $1,000. And then now, my biggest gripe with iTrustCaptial was if you want a dollar cost average to $500 a month, because $6K if you're under 50, it was only $1,000 deposits minimums, but now it's $500. So I think it's pretty cool. They did update that. I think that's great. So yeah, guys, if you haven't already, of course, as you guys saw that in the beginning, sign up with the link down below. And like I mentioned, we just partnered with Anora. They just released, I think their soft launch was yesterday or the day before. Well, I guess it was Thursday. But guys, this right here is a CoinMarketCap competitor. I think it's pretty cool. You don't see a bunch of these ads. Of course, if you go to CoinMarketCap, we've been there so many times. There's all these ads up here, all these S coins everywhere. It's pretty cool. There's a lot of features. We will have a detailed video about this website in the future. But as you can see, I think it's super clean. We don't have all these NU coins, all these meme coins right up here. I think it's pretty cool. So more about that in in the future. And that's what we got for today, guys. Thank you for tuning in. Of course, smack that like button, smack the subscribe button if you guys haven't out already. And you guys know how it goes. Until next time, may the gains be with you.